Okay, fifth graders, we are doing 1-7, pages, what do we got here? Pages 30, 31, and 32. This is the last section in the chapter, and then we'll be doing chapter 1 review, and then finally the chapter 1 test. So let's take a look at this here. So it's talking about using structure to solve problems. And they're talking about this chart right here. They're having us take a look at that. And it says, analyze the chart. What do you notice that can help you complete the chart? It says, I can use the structure of the decimal place value system to complete the chart. So you should remember that, actually, let me just do this. I'm going to copy this little chart right here, and I'll pull it over so I can write on it. And I'm going to copy it, and I'll just drag it right here. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And there we go. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. So the first one here is 0.01. And so it's going to the hundredths place. And at the hundredths place is the 1, and the hundredths place here is a 2 and a 3. Well, that's pretty easy to figure out. The next one's going to be 0.04, 0.05, 0.06, 0.07. They've done the next one for us, 0.08, and then 0.09, and then 1 for the tenths place right here. So you guys should be able to fill that chart out, knowing a place value chart, how the structure of it and how it would work, increasing things by 1/10 or 1/100th or even 1/1000th. So it says here, how can I make use of structure to solve the problem? I can find and describe patterns, use patterns to see how the numbers are organized, analyze patterns, and break the problem into simpler parts. Let's see here. I mean, we could go across again. So here, this one is 0.11. And this is 0.15. So my guess is this would be 0.12, 0.13, 0.14. Sure enough, 0.15, 0.16, 0.17, 0.18, 0.19, and then what? 0.2. So if we're working our way down here, okay, this is probably going to be 0.3 and then 0.4. And again, we're looking at going down here, 0.09, 0.19, 0.29, 0.39. We have a 0.08, 0.18, 0.28, 0.38. See if you guys can fill that out on your own, the rest of that. And maybe we'll do that in class when we grade this. All right, let's see here. Use structure to write the missing numbers. Is that the same one up above? Yes, I think so. It is pretty much the same one. So if you finish filling this out in your book, you know, this one right here, it's pretty much the same thing as right here. Okay. And then it says explain how, the bottom here, let me make some room here. It says explain how you can use structure to find the last number in the bottom row. Let's see, each row is increasing by tenths. Okay. Let's look at the next page, guided practice. It says each of these grids is part of a decimal number chart similar to the one on page 30. Describe the pattern from moving from a pink square to a green square. Here's what I want you guys to understand, and I'm going to go ahead and try to draw something here that'll help you. I'm just going to extend this like that. They're just not showing you all the other squares. They're just showing you some of the squares. But really, that's what this is. This is just another did I do that right? Would there be two there? Yeah, it's off a little bit. Well, let me see here. Might have made a mistake. 0.55. Let's look here. And so that's going to be 0.56. Oops. Take it off that. 0.56. They don't give me much room to write here. Maybe I better move that one over too, so you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. And copy that. Let me just drag it over here. Make it bigger so you guys can see it on your little Chromebooks. I know the screens are pretty small. And let me go back to drawing, sort of finishing up what this would look like. You guys see what I'm doing here? Just redrawing the lines that we can't see here. All right. And I'm guessing there would be, yeah, about like that. That's pretty close. And then I'll do one more here. That should help you guys. Boy, I'm tempted not to fill any of this out to see if you could figure this out. Let me, let's see here. I'll tell you what this one is. Excuse me. 0.43. This would be 0.63. What I'd like to see you guys do is fill out the rest of it. I know they didn't ask you. They're just saying write the missing numbers, which would have been, you know, these two right here. But fill the whole thing out. That'd be good for you guys to do that. Okay. And I mean, if you just do that, I'm happy with number one here. And how can you use patterns to find the numbers that would be in the box below 0.52? So they're talking about this box right here. So again, if you fill the whole thing out, you're answering that. You're going to be seeing that things are increasing by the hundredths, the second, 2 places from the decimal. All right. So so again, if you just fill it out, I'm happy with number 2. And so independent, where are we here? Independent practice. Pamela's hiking. When she returns to camp, she passes these mile markers, okay, at the right. And number 3, it says, explain how you can use structure to find the decimal numbers that would be shown on the next 4 mile markers. Well, I don't know. Which way is she traveling? It doesn't really say. Is she going in this direction or is she going in this direction? It's kind of confusing. Let's assume that she's going, let's say, in this direction from left to right. So 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, 2.4, 2.3. What do you think it would be then after 2.3? Probably 2.2, and then 2.1, and then what? Then 2.0. Okay. The next 4 mile markers. That's 3. And then if we're still increasing by, what place is this? What do we call that? Just to the right of the decimal. That's the tenths place. So if it's decreasing by tenths, the next one is going to be, 1.9. And then 1.8 if we were to keep going. And then 1.7. Okay, we're decreasing by tenths. T-E-N, that T-H-S ending. All right. So the next 4 mile markers, what would that be? That would be 2.2, 2.1, 2.0, 1.9. All right. Pamela stops at the 1.8 mile marker. Where will she be if she walks 1/10 of a mile towards camp? Explain. Well, okay, so if she stops at 1.8, whoops, that's a 9, 1.8, and if she keeps going toward camp, she returns to camp. Okay, so the next one's going to be what? 1.7. 1.7. All right. 1 mile. If she walks, okay, so 1 mile towards camp there. So we answered the first question. Where will she be if she walks 1/10 of a mile towards camp? So if she was at 1.8, that would take her to 1.7. Then it says 1 mile towards camp. So if she walked a mile closer, then where would she be? Well, I'm going to assume, obviously the whole number, the first whole number is 1. That's going to be 1 mile. So then she would be at, and you could put 0.7, or if you just put 0.7, that's where she would be if she walked a whole mile further. Okay. All right. Last page. What have we got going here? Oh, no. Was that it? Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Problem solving. Thousandths chart. Okay. It says the students in Miss Lowe's class wrote a thousandths decimal chart on the board. Some of the numbers got erased, so they want us to fill it in. Let's just look at filling it in first here before we do anything else. You know what? I'm going to cut this out too and make it a little bit larger. Just a little bit easier to work with here. I'll expand it this way. Okay, here we go. So what place are we talking about here? We're talking about the thousandths place. So that's going to be 3 decimals. 3 decimals. And that's what we've got here, three places. So this is 0.001, 0.002. What do you think this would be? 0.003, and then 0.004, 0.005. You guys can do that. What have we got here? We have 0.011. And then we have here 0.013. What do you think this would be? 0.012. This would be 0.014. 0.015. What do we have here? 0.022. Well, let's see here. 0.0. So these are increasing by 100th. So right here would be 0.0 21. Because this is 0.031. All right. So 0 or 0.021, 0.022, 0.023. I had to think about that for a moment. 0.024, 0.025, 0.026, and sure enough, 0.027. All right, so I've done a few of those. I'd like to see you guys finish this chart here. The questions they want us to answer here. Describe the pattern from moving across the row from left to right. From left going to the right, the pattern across. Let's see here. The thousandths, I would say. Increase by what? By 0.001, the ones in the thousandths place, 0.002, the twos in the thousandths place, by 1 thousandths, or 1,000. All right. That's number 5. Number 6, how does the pattern change in the last square of each row? The hundredths increase by 1. And the thousandths they're not shown. Look at that. It's not there. The thousandths is 3 decimals, or 3 places from the decimal. The thousandths are not shown. Number 7, describe the pattern for moving down a column. If we're moving down, let's take a look here. 0.003, 0.013. What increases? The hundredths place. The hundredths place. 0.023, the hundredths place. So what's the pattern? The hundredths increase by 1. Okay, remember, I'm just going to put point x, x, x. This is the tenths place. Okay, this is the hundredths place. And the last one is the thousandths place. Okay. I think we're done. Number 9. Use structure. Suppose the students add to the chart. Write the missing numbers in the row and column below. No, you don't have to do that one. I'm not worried about that one. We'll call it good. So I'll just X that out. Look at that. You don't have to do number 9. Don't you love Mr. Glazier? All right, you guys. Happy days to you. And I will see you soon.